check them. Oh, okay. Something did it. Damn, I'm so bad with technology. Alright, I guess. Okay, too hot now. Hey, 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 hey. There we go. There we go. Okay, we should begin now. I tried Broken Bond and it's not great. Change chance of a storm. Chance of a storm. Oh, there we go. That makes sense. I tried Broken Bond already. Broken Bond. It looks like it should be great in paper, right? It looks like it's almost like custom made for Amulet. But the only issue that it has, which is a pretty big one, is that if you have no legal targets, you literally cannot cast the card, which makes it a very big deal. Also, sorcery speed doesn't kill Blood Moon. 2 mana is way more than 2 mana is way more than one when we're talking about Nature's Claim, and not being a Rec Sage means that we can't tutor for it with Summoner's Pact in case we need it. So it has a lot of disadvantages and really not enough advantages to justify running it over the other options. That's my opinion, at least. I've seen, like, I think like the guy over that won the classic over the weekend was running Broken Bond in the sideboard, but it's a card that I don't agree with. I just don't think it's really good. If it were an instant, it would probably be great. Blow your trumpets, Gabrielle. Who's Gabrielle? Welcome, Judy Coltrado, as always. Um, all right, so this is what we are going to be running today. Again, we tried this already in one stream. The idea is that by running more cantrips, like Adventurous Impulse, it gives us more flexibility. It's the Behemoth. I'm not a big fan of Behemoth. Sorry. um, by running cantrips, we're taking a page out of the Turbo Xerox book, right? What you see in Vintage, what you see in Legacies, you see like control decks with like 20 lands or 21 lands, and that is because they're running 4 Brainstormers and 4 Ponders. All of those cantrips help the decks make their land drops. We are using the same concept here by having 7 cantrips. This helps the consistency of the deck quite a bit, and I mean, I guess explore are technically cantrips, but they don't give us the selection that these two give us. So in the late game, Adventurous Impulse can either find a land, or it can help us find one of our threats. Unfortunately, that's all we have. It's like creature lands, and that's about it. So we can't find something like an amulet or an engineered explosives, but that's what Steerings is for, right? So we have like a nice split between Impulse and Steerings. I tried this list once and we went 4-1 and 3-2, and I thought that the list had a lot of potential, so I wanted to give it another shot today. The sideboard is pretty straightforward, except that we have Emrakul, the Promised End. The idea for this one is that it should be our trump card against control decks, right? So hopefully, last time we got paired against. I think we got. I cast Emrakul against Blue Moon, and it was decent. It basically locked the door. It got countered and everything, but it allowed me to like counter my opponents, to waste my opponents through the breach so they could not combo me anymore, and then just my Titans just basically seal the deal, even though my opponent actually had a Blood Moon in play. And then we got paired against Tron, where it would have been amazing, but it got discarded by a Thought Knot, exiled technically by a Thought Knot here. So yeah, hopefully I want to give it another shot, and we'll see how it fares. Amulet Impulse. I wonder if I am like the single person with the most amulet amulet versions in their Magic Online account, and there's a lot that I just like built and then deleted because I was like, this is just not good enough. But yeah, there's a lot of there's a lot of amulet deck boxes in in my Moto account, which is pretty funny. All right, um, 7 trophies. Okay, so we need to make 7 trophies happen then. Sounds good. A heavy black amulet list. I I I started messing around with that, but then the mana base was a complete and absolute mess. Like it was just awful. It was just really really bad. So I actually did this in my phone. Though I mean we can mess around with it. We can mess around while we wait to be paired. So we probably want Blooming Marsh. At least one of these over the Grove. We probably want at least 2 Golgari Rot Farms, maybe 3. Okay, we got paired. We'll keep messing around with that in between rounds and whatever. Okay. Reasonable hand, I guess. Hopefully, either of these two steerings find us a bounce land of some kind. My opponent is 2-2, trying, scraping for their money back. Ugh. Not a bad draw there. Not a bad draw. Leading on Scout, I know I'm being paired against Tron, so they are not very likely to kill my Scout. Let's start here. Bingo. Unfortunate that we're not gonna be able to get that Ghost Quarter, but getting this is just so much more important right now. We can name a Giant here. Play Amulet, and we can probably. Yeah, I doubt that my opponent is gonna like fetch for Ghost Quarter and Ghost Quarter me. So we can probably just do this. Maybe I just want to play a Ballista here, just to start clocking my opponent. We're not gonna be able to transmute next turn anyway, unless we find another amulet. If we do find another amulet though, we can have paid for one. We need to stir as well. Maybe that helps. Okay, so I play Asusa. We have access to 8 mana when 1 mana short. So we need to stir here. And we need to find another amulet. If we do find another amulet, we're golden. Unfortunately, that's not the case though. Second Tolaria allows me to get Ghost Quarter though. Which I'm growing increasingly interested in. So land for turn, copy this, float, and bounce. So we play Asusa 1, 2, 3. Copy this. This is my second land drop. So we get to transmute with this already. And then I'm 1 mana short of Ghost Quartering my opponent. Oh, but I can do this again next turn and actually get a prime time. So we should be fine here. That being the case, I will transmute for Ghost Quarter here. Ghost Quarter. Play the Ghost Quarter. Swing with Ballista. And draw step. Tower them. Get that tower. Alright. No Tron next turn. That is kind of a pain in the ass though. Throw in 1 more land. Huh. I guess this means we can Rex Sage. Can we Sage? I transmute for 1, 2, 3. Get another Summoner's Pact. And I can... the question I'm trying to ask is, can I pay for both pacts on my upkeep even through a Ghost Quarter? That's the question. So I can do 1, 2, 3 to transmute, then use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to cast Primetime, haste, attack. That's gonna leave me with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. 7, 8? Seems a little bit sketch. Over 9,000 T stabs. Yeah, but turn 3 Rex Sage is almost as good. EE makes yeah. I'd rather just have a second EE than yeah, I'm just so not on this Akama train. I'm so not on this Akama train. And people seem to be so into it, but it's just not doing it for me. Okay, so if I get double bounce land, I think I should be fine. Bounce this one probably. I just need to make sure that I have enough mana to pay for everything and I get enough mana to transmute. That's 16, 17, 18. Oh, wait a second. I messed it up. I actually just have lethal. Whoops. Yep. Loyal Lobster, 0 silences in my sideboard. With only a grand total of 6 sources, of 6 white sources, I'm not very confident that my silences are going to be easily castable. Yeah, so I made a mistake here. I can actually just kill my opponent. So yeah, totally didn't think about that. We're fine though. We're fine. We are fine. At 16, 17, 18 plus 1 from the ballista. Alright. Playing against Tron. Ball can come out. Oh, Emmy. Yeah, we want Emmy against Tron. I guess I kind of need the Spell Pierces on the draw though. That's weird that the deck command didn't work. There you go, Mr. Chompai 1. Okay. What can we... Hmm. Probably just a single Rex Sage is fine. We can take out one Impulse. Amazing hand. Absolutely outstanding hand. Absolutely outstanding hand. So I play Amulet turn 1. No, I play Scout turn 1. But how do I sequence my second turn though? I think I play the Scout of Cavern. Oh, Shaman is actually the correct one to name because we have Rex Sage in the deck. Turn 3 Tron on the play. Multi 6, no problem. Turn 3 Tron. Too slow. Too freaking slow. Sorry, opponent. Sorry, OP. I guess I Amulet first, just in case my opponent wants to try to kill my Scout. No killing my Scout. Sick. What do we find here? Teleria, sure. Let's play this one. Meme Sandman. I mean, again, that's like the main... No, I misclicked. I'm so sad. I just missed the turn 2 kill. Another Explorer. Another Explorer, please. Don't punish me. Oh, we can still... We can actually... We can actually get Azusa. We're fine. We can actually get Azusa. Wow, that was a bad misclick right there. That was a really bad misclick. It almost cost me the game, but fortunately I found this Teleria West. Okay, let's do this one correctly. Just very loose playing on my side. Let's do this. So we'll have 1 mana floating, then Azusa will net us 9 mana. Okay. The problem is that if my opponent actually has the Dismember, we actually die here. But I think that we, at this point, after I punted this, we are kind of forced to go for it now. Man, I should have been able to do this with no risk whatsoever. Yeah. Oh, they just... Okay, so they lost. Sweet. They just wanted to get that F6 value. Man, I almost punted this game away. That was very bad. Poor opponent trying to get there. Trying to get that 2-3 to get their money back, and then they get turn 2'd by Amulet. Feels good though. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that list, like, on so many levels. I'm not a fan of that list on so many levels. But yeah, I mean, the deck is just strong enough that even with a suboptimal list, with a couple of like strong draws, you can just like beat anything. You can just beat any meta. Ah, this hand is almost so good. This hand is almost so good. It's just a little bit too slow though. If I don't draw a green source, this hand is actually just better. Keep another steerings. Huh. This is actually an interesting one. I think I kind of want that. Turn 1 Amulet because I want to draw the steerings, so it makes no sense for me to steerings that card away. Ugh. Steam Vents is always the worst thing we can see as an Amulet player. I guess the only worst thing that Steam Vents would be breeding pool. But breeding pool can be like band spirits, which is fine, or like all sorts of other decks. So usually Steam Vents just means death for us. I guess second Simic is what I'm gonna be looking for here. And I'm gonna try to kind of go for it in terms of try to find the second amulet. No second amulet, never lucky. Just the unluckiest. I not even found the Teleria West. Damn. Just can't catch a break, huh? Storm? Oh, we're so dead. Oh, so freaking dead. If I had found the gemstone mine, I could transmute this right now. Yeah. I don't even know what I would be transmuting for, though. Maybe they don't have it. Maybe they don't have it. I doubt it, though. And feels so bad when your Storm opponent untaps with Gobbo. I think it was like double steerings. It was a good thing for me to keep anyway, because like I get to look at the top 11 cards to try to find the second amulet, and if I do, then I have a turn 3 kill on the play. So I think it was definitely worth it to do it the way that I did. Of course, we got. I mean, I don't think we got like punished per se. It just like didn't work out for us. So if my opponent has the gifts and given, then I'll probably just like concede. They have infinite mana. They have Past in Flames. Well, at least no gifts yet. They can technically still whiff. They can technically still whiff, and if I draw an Azusa, I get to Titan them. So it's probably worth it for me not to concede here. They're cantripping like crazy though. One bottom, one top. Okay, that should be it then. Loading. Alright. I hadn't seen Looting Storm in a while. I remember that some people used to run it back in the day, like when they were playing Pyromancer's Ascension. That's weird sequencing. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's still some weird sequencing. We're actually dead though, so we can concede here. Alright, 3 spell pierces. Rudik. Tormod script. Ghost squads are out. Actually, do we want to take out? Probably take out Kalni. Actually, we want a lot of contrips. Rexage out. Ballista out. We want explosives as an out to what's his name? Empty the Warrens. And a couple of upgrades, and we should be good here. Seems like a solid configuration. We want to max out an interaction, ways to kill their dudes, cantrips, Counter magic. Yeah, I guess. We are somewhat likely to die here, though. We are somewhat likely to not get there. Yep, that's exactly what I was fearing. We need more lands. And this looks like we are going to get... We're just gonna die without lands in hand, without enough lands in hand. Some cantrips would be nice too. Some cantrips would be nice. Amulet would be a dead draw. A Braid would be nice for this Boral right here, or Electromancer or whatever. Bingo. Pieces? Why bring pieces against us? I mean, sure, whatever. So they got Echoing Truth is in the yard, Canal is in the yard, and Serum Visions. So they have Ritual and Passing Times. Alright, so we use this turn to resolve a Susa. And swing for one. Splicing. I'm gonna spell spear that. Spell yours that, that's for sure. Land. Sick. The only bad thing about Rurik here is that we're going to, if they bounce it, then we are kind of screwed. But they need to have exactly another bounce spell and go off. I guess they just need another bounce spell. But they can't cantrip into bounce spell. They need to have it in hand already. And they being the Echoing Truth, which kind of makes me think that it's possible that they have it. Maybe actually I should have just Titan and went and got Bujuku Bog. And then Rurik on my next turn. Maybe that was just a better play. Rurik rules. Rurik does indeed rule, man. Rurik is just so sweet. It's just such a sweet card. It's like the best bulk rare ever. Oh, they just have it. Yeah, that's just very, very bad for us, because now we have to spend our next turn paying for Pact. That's why I was saying that maybe the way to go was to actually just go for prime time there. Maybe with, yeah. Ugh. I feel stupid now. I mean, obviously they have it. They use they banned an Echoing Truth, right? They obviously have to have it. I guess they didn't. They're trying to go off now with very low on resources, which is actually great for us. I guess they didn't realize we actually have to spend our next turn to pay for Pact. Oh, they just... Oh, never mind. They just have it. What? What? You just concede? I think we would have lost. I think we would have lost that game. Sure. I'll take it. On the draw, I think I might. I think I might need a third upgrade on the draw. And probably take out one impulse, maybe. Yeah, I guess they miscounted, I assume. Oh, this hand looks like such a trap. This hand looks like such a huge trap. Um, I'm gonna keep it, but we might very easily die here. We might very easily die here. I'm keeping it because we have steering. We have Tormod's Crypt, which would be a very good card that we can draw. Yeah, drawing second Azusa is like one of the absolute worst possible scenarios for us. Yeah, we're just gonna be too slow. We're just gonna be too slow. We are just going to be too slow. And I'm even forced to play this here because I can't. I mean, I can't next turn play Azusa and Titan, so I'm kind of forced into playing the Amulet into my opponent's like open mana, and they could have anything. They could have not Smash the Smithereens, Shattering Spree, or any kind of artifact removal. I guess if they spend their second turn just flashing back looting, I'm very happy. What I can do here... That island is bad for me though. So if I play Azusa here... I can play Explosives on 2 and crack it. But my opponent is very strongly representing Remand. And if they Remand Azusa, I'm pretty screwed. Not much I can do about it though. Because they can also just Remand my Explosives if I decide to go for that instead, so... Azusa, hope you don't have a counterspell. No counterspell. Okay, that's kind of sweet. Explosives on 2. Counterspell for this one. No counterspell for that one either. Blow up your barrel? Maybe? Echoing Truth, their own barrel. Sure. But now we have developed our mana quite effectively, and my opponent did not go off next turn, so they are not like insanely likely to go off this turn either. Hi Andre Cooper, how you doing? How are things going for you? Feeling like we're getting pretty lucky here, actually. Feeling like we're getting very lucky here. That just my opponent's draw has not been coming together. We knew about that one. Gonna try to go off here. Okay. I guess they just want to kill the Azusa, I would assume, because they have no more blue mana now. Sweet, we're doing great. Oh, hi, Shauna. We're doing pretty good. Okay, so they're gonna kill Azusa and ping us for 3. That's perfectly fine. No untapped mana. Yeah, okay, so we got this one. This is great. Yeah, we're doing great today. Having some fun with Amulet. I will probably do a shorter stream because my mother-in-law is actually in town. She's visiting all the way from Argentina. So she is currently over there in the other room. And yeah, I want to probably, you know, be over there like hanging out and doing my husband, like son-in-law, I guess, duties. Okay, this is actually pretty awesome because here we get to Titan, we get to bog, and we get to bog them and haste Titan. And with the attack trigger, we can actually transmute for a Pact of Negation. I targeted Titan, right? Target Titan. Cool. Yeah, so bounce the bog, which is fine. Kill your graveyard. Attack. Yes. Get Tuleria and Semi-Growth. Bounce, I guess, Stronghold. And now I transmute for Pact of Negation. And that should pretty much seal the deal. We're gonna counter any kind of action my opponent might have. I'm saving this counter spell for like specifically something like Gift and Given. Boop. Storm, no problem. Sick. So far we've got a total of 0 Adventurous Impulses. But the list is the list is working out fine, I guess. Staying hydrated. All right. So that's one quick thing that I wanted to point out is I will be unfortunately gone for a couple of weeks. I just wanted to, since you guys are hanging out here, I wanted to let you guys know that I will be gone for a couple of weeks between the 15th and the 27th. So yeah, just so you guys know that I won't be streaming for a couple of weeks because I need to go to Argentina to my mom is sick over there. She went through surgery and now she's recovering, so I won't be able to see her for like 2 months or something, so I wanted to go over there and visit her. And this hand is Iggy. TSP Gendrek. Sup, likewise, says my opponent. Don't fetch for basic island, please. Uh-oh. He's a Blue Moon streamer? Ah, we're dead then. Must be nice for them to get the buy. Excuse me. So lucky they got the buy over there. They also Serum Visions into leaving 2 cards on top. Eesh. Maniac Relic. Alright. Um, we can beat a Blood Moon. Is it worth it to like mess our deck up completely in order to beat a Blood Moon? Probably not. It's just you kind of either hope to dodge it or try to race it, as in play a Prime Time before they get to Blood Moon us. Usually, if we get to resolve the Primeval Titan, then we might be able to beat a Blood Moon. Tireless Tracker is also really good, and in this kind of matchup, because it only costs a single red mana. Main deck of Braid, sure. I mean, if that's how they're spending their turns, I'm okay with this. And by the way, I played the island because we can be like very lucky, I guess, and we can maybe resolve like explosives on 3 if we draw a basic forest and the explosives. It doesn't seem extremely likely, but I have to kind of try to play to my outs to an extent, I guess. I mean, I guess I just jam, right? I mean, what are my options? I don't have a cavern. I can't transmute for a cavern either. I think I'm just very sad and I just jam, even costing me 2 gemstone counters. This is awful. Yeah. Yes, if the Vesuva comes down before the Blood Moon, Vesuva becomes a basic. If the Vesuva comes after the Blood Moon, then it just comes into play as untapped Vesuva. So it's very interesting how it works, Remaisan, but it's very important for you to know how that works. Yep. They found the Blood Moon. Not much we can do about it. And the Jace. I don't think we can win anymore. And now that they found the 3rd basic island, I don't think we can win anymore. So yeah. To be fair, this is probably of all the tier decks or all the decks that see play, I guess. Right now, this is our absolute worst matchup. Probably the only thing that comes close to being this bad is Infect. Now, as you can see, you see how it is? Because Vesuva came into play before the Blood Moon, then by the time the Blood Moon comes back, Vesuva is already a basic island. So that is just how the rules work when it comes to Vesuva. If it's the other way around and the Blood Moon comes down before the Vesuva, that's a completely different story. And then your Vesuva will come out as just it's very weird. It come down as an untapped Vesuva that they just have this. Okay, sure. They will come down as an untapped land, and even when the Blood Moon leaves the battlefield, the Vesuva will continue to be there basically, and it will just do absolutely nothing. It's really weird. It's really weird. You cannot tap it for mana. and you cannot use it for anything basically. It's pretty hilarious. Can probably take out a cup one. Yeah, just the one prime time. Usually in this kind of matchup, we always want to take out Amulet, but because Blood Moon is just so insanely good against us, I just don't think we can afford it. Because like one of the few ways to get there is to just race them, just like get there before they find a Blood Moon. And also Summoner's Pact is not the best card in this matchup. It has a lot of flaws. Basically, of course, if they resolve a Blood Moon after the Summoner's Pact, they can mess us up that way. Sometimes these kind of decks play Spreading Seas, which also messes our mana up, and also Cryptic Command bouncing one of our lands. Oh yeah. Um, that's hilarious. My opponent is asking me what's the origin of your username. I'm from Poland. It sounds really Polish. Yeah, they got it correctly. That's funny. I'm keeping all hand. Uh, Mulligan. Yeah. I guess we keep that one and hope. I don't think my opponent kept 7 though. The chances of them having a non-functional hand are very very slim. Do you spell either Polish or Portuguese? I speak a little bit of Portuguese, mostly because I just really enjoy the language. I just really enjoy like Portuguese culture, Portuguese music. I got really into it when I was in school in Boston, and I had a lot of friends from Brazil, and I basically just learned a little bit by talking to them. But nowadays, I can't really speak Portuguese anymore. And I really, because I learned by talking, I can't really like write in Portuguese either. Um, but yeah. Fales Prado, you're from Brazil? Nice. Eu falo um pouquinho do português, mas meu vocabulário é muito pequeno. Não falo muito. Às vezes eu não posso encontrar as palavras que quero falar. That's my issue. That's my issue. Okay, I mean this cavern is named Titan, right? So I play Azusa here. I mean, I guess I could Impulse. Thales Prado, yeah, I'm a mess. I haven't talked. At one point, I could actually like hold a conversation with somebody in Portuguese, but it's been so long since, because this was like 4 years ago, and in the past 4 years, I've talked to people in Portuguese like 3 times or something like that. So I forgot. I forgot like the vast majority of it. Yeah, opponent of course has the remand, and if they have the Blood Moon here, we're basically toast. V-click. Okay, that one we can't really do anything about. This is some reasonable insurance right here, though. Depending on what they take, and at least this means that they don't have a moon in hand, which is huge for us, obviously. Yeah, I just listened to a lot of music, so I got like all of the intonation. But yeah, because a lot of the words are very similar to Spanish, but other times the words are not so similar, it can become really really tricky at times. So that can become an issue. Okay, options: impulse into Azusa. Option 2, hold up Pierce. I don't think I can afford to hold up Pierce. Oh, Shauna, yeah. So if you don't like the Mars Volta, then you're not gonna like Closure in Moscow. They are very very similar, honestly. I wouldn't say they're a ripoff, but they kind of are a ripoff. That's an amazing draw. Basic Forest. We like that. Bog. And I think I'm going to hold the Cavern. Because next turn we can potentially name Construct. Or if we draw Rurik, we can name Ogre. Okay, so we're gonna take 3 here, which is pretty irrelevant to be honest. What singers do I usually listen for in Brazil? When I was in school, I got really into Joe Bosco. Joe Bosco, Milton Banana. Who else? I love the Milton Banana Trio. And I listen to like Kiko Freitas, who is currently the drummer for Joe Bosco, is like one of my favorite drummers of all time. He is like he is something else. Edu Ribeiro is also very very good, an insanely good drummer. Um, but just a lot of MPB and stuff like that. I just listened to a lot of that style when I was back in school, and I was playing in a Brazilian percussion group too, which was very cool. All right, so he's trying to. That was actually a very heads up play by my opponent, just bouncing my Simic Growth. He knows my hand, right? So he knows about this cavern. Yet we can resolve Ballista this turn though. So I guess we name Giant. Cavern on Giant. We play Ballista on 2, which he cannot counter right now. And then I think. Do we bog him? The question is, do I bog him or do I gain 2 life from the fountain? Yeah, Milton Nascimento is amazing too, and there's like man, this guy's that's absolutely crazy. I can't remember his name. Um, I can't remember his name. Hermeto Pasqua. There we go. Hermeto Pasqua. He is so good. I don't think. I think it's more value for me to bug him here, since this cryptic might actually be relevant, and my ballista can just like kill the click at my own leisure. But my opponent might like snapcaster back that cryptic down the line or whatever. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I have 6 mana available to me. I already have a Titan / Rex Sage in hand. I guess I can take. I guess I can take 3 here. I'm still at 18. This kind of sucks. I'm exactly 1 mana short from stopping my opponent's 1 mana short from stopping my opponent's cryptic commands. This is very awkward. And they can like cryptic force my spell pierce, then untap, and yeah, I'm not gonna go for it. Oh, okay. I thought I was getting like cryptic to balance my Simic end of turn, and then they were going to untap and breach me. This is good though. This now I am gonna kill the click because I don't want Emrakul to be lethal. Yeah, Berkeley is actually where I went to school at. I don't even know what the preposition is there. Now we can actually prime time. Opt in response. Sure. Oh, we can prime time and search for 3 snap opt. This is also fine. This prime time is going to resolve at this point now. I guess they're looking for this spell. If they're looking for this spell, this is great for me actually. Alright, prime time resolve. So I get prime time. And now I'm gonna get the other 2 basic forests. I'm just not messing around with that stuff. I guess it's better if I do this. And at this point, unless my opponent has Breach and Bolt, I think we should be good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because I can destroy all of this. And I should be fine. Do I pierce this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so I have exactly enough mana. I'm gonna be tapped out next turn. Yeah, but what is he doing though? We're somehow like having a game against Blue Moon, which is weird. All right. So Emrakul serves. I take sack 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. My upkeep I pay 4. I can gain 2 life. Take 15. He shuffles, so Snapcaster is not a good draw for them. We do this. If they have another breach and another Emmy, we're dead. but anything short of that. So we Vesuva here, Simic Growth, or Gruul Turf actually. Vesuva Copy Fountain, bounce Vesuva, take 6, play Scout. Alright, so now we are out of bolt range. If they have another Emmy, then of course we're dead. But they just have another Emmy. Nice. Yeah, we're it's yeah. It's what's gonna happen. It's literally what's gonna happen. It's just like, okay. I'm kind of upset that we did not get to draw Emrakul. I really wanted to draw Emrakul there. I guess we didn't have a point where we would have been able to cast it, but it was still been kind of sweet. This is just a little bit too slow. Okay, yeah, bottom that one. Shauna, thank you very much for the bits. Thank you very much for the beats. I appreciate your continuous support. Well, while winning games and also while getting Emrakul. You've been supporting the stream for a long time now. The closest has found to him. Yeah. Yep. We got. We got for sure. So if we draw a bounce land here, we're in a really good spot against most decks. Unless my opponent now fetches for like Sacred Foundry, which Sacred Foundry for Steam Vents, which is, as I said earlier, always the worst case scenario. Jund, nice. every time it's not Mardu Power Master, I'm like, yeah. Because my opponent is representing a removal spell very strongly, I think I'm more interested in exploring here instead of playing the Azusa. And then I get beautifully rewarded. Just look at that. Just look at that. Next turn we can Impulse into Azusa to like take some of my opponent's removal. But even we already have enough lands to mess with their stuff. Tarmogoyf, you got it. I guess we might as well Impulse first. See what we draw and see how we sequence our lands. Ballista. Giant here. Do I play Ballista for one? I don't think I want to. Like, if my opponent has like a discard spell, like they are literally dead to every single card in my hand. And again, I don't want to enable their bolts and pushes. Ugh, standard sides go if they don't have a Thoughtseize here, I think I just win. Liliana? Is it crazy for me to discard the Ballista here? I think I should discard this. Both of these cards are just better. If they have done this before combat, they would have swung for more damage, which is funny. This is pretty straightforward. We fetch Colony Garden and we fetch Semi-Growth Chamber, bouncing the Colony Garden and replaying it. That way we have double Liliana protection. So my opponent would need like either Milestone Pulse plus Liliana minus, or they would need like 2 bolts slash pushes slash like whatever removal spell plus Liliana minus. I guess that they can Assassin's Trophy the prime time, but it just doesn't matter. It's just like it just doesn't matter. Like their cards do not matter. And just so you guys know, I fetched the Simic Growth because with this white and this red mana, I already can haste the prime time on my next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. With mana to spare. Second Tarmo. Wow. Alright, so you guys check this out. 3, 4, 5, 6. Use this mana, this 2 manas, and this one other manas. It just doesn't matter, right? If I had used this, it would have been the same. Now check this out, though. Stronghold Bodos. Haste this one. I imagine they are gonna trophy this. Okay. Gonna get a basic forest. Alright, so I didn't... What I was gonna do is I was going to... with the first Titan trigger, I was gonna get Bog plus whatever else. And then with the second Titan trigger, I was gonna get Vesuva copying the Bog, and I was gonna make their Tarmogoyf 0/1s. I can make them 2/3s though, which seems pretty good for me too. So let's do that. Bog and Tolerialist. Bog myself. Teehee. Sure. Throw away a Goif. I'm okay with that. No, because GD Coltre, Vesuva, when you fetch lands with Titan, right? Both lands come into play at the exact same time. What that means is that if that Vesuva does not see the other land that came into play with it. Okay, so when you use Vesuva, when you fetch lands with Titan and you fetch Vesuva, Vesuva can only copy other lands that are into play already. So I'm trying to figure out whether I already have lethal here. And I think I might. I'm going to Vesuva, get Vojuku Bog. My opponent's goals is going to be 1/2s. And I can swing and also double strike, which should be a total of 16 plus 6. So that would be 22. 22 minus 4, 18, which is exactly lethal. Sweet. My opponent is clearly playing the incorrect deck here. Clearly playing the incorrect deck. Teleria. It just doesn't matter really. It just doesn't really matter. Attack with all creature. I guess I'll attack with this Joseph. Attack with this Joseph. Yes. Vesuva, Semi-Growth, Vesuva, Copy Bog. Yeah, they got the message. No, Vesuva doesn't trigger. Actually, it's very important to know that Vesuva doesn't trigger because it's very important for you to know that Vesuva doesn't trigger because of your land sequencing with Azuzas. So your opponent does not respond to your Azusa. So always be aware that Vesuva does not trigger. Look at that nice and clean sideboarding right there. Isn't that a thing of beauty? Look at that nice and clean sideboarding. Yeah, it's not a trigger. It's like meddling mage. So yeah, when you fetch her off Titan, she can only see other lands. It cannot see the one that already came with the Titan. Huh. Let's actually do this. Maybe? Nah. If my opponent has like surgical for my prime times, sure, whatever. I'll kill them with Umbraculus and Hornet Queens. Man, I hate mulliganing against John. Guess I'll keep it. Los amuletos son muy mal top deck. Entonces, en este mazo, en este matchup, generalmente lo que termina pasando es. Yo termino con muchas tierras en juego porque el juego va largo. Y después, si tenés, qué sé yo, 7 tierras en juego y robas un amuleto, no te querés morir. Arthur, yeah, we're experimenting with Embercool. I was just explaining the reasoning in Spanish. I was explaining the reasoning behind siding out my amulets. And the idea behind that is that in this matchup, the most common thing is that we will go very, very long. And we will end up with like a lot of lands into play. And if you top deck an amulet on turn 8 against Jund, it's not gonna be good. Wow, that's brutal. So I assume they're gonna take the upgrade here. They're gonna see the Emmy. This is hilarious. Yeah, I mean, this Emrakul being in hand is basically a mulligan already, so maybe I should have mulled. But yeah. What's up, Chuckles? Wait a second. Oh, never mind. No, I was like, when I was in school, like the people that were in charge of like the food or whatever, they were called Arathurk, and it's like it's Aramark, which is like slightly different. So never mind. Never mind. Play a Goif, please. No Goif. All right. Unfortunately, Amy is going down. So sad. That's like some next level Thoughtseize bug. My opponent discards the Abrade and I draw 2 Abrades back to back. Was it got from a really old free game I used to play called The Forthcoming? I mean, that's a cool name. I can get behind the name. Damping Sphere, sure. We're really short on mana here, so that seems to be the bottleneck that I'm gonna run into. So I think I'm actually gonna discard the prime time because there's a chance that I can get to 4 mana and actually get what's his name? Obstinate Baloth. That would be awesome. Ballista for 1 is kind of shitty, but it's what it is. I have an answer to Ravine in play, so I can probably ditch the Abrade here, depending on what my opponent plays for turn. Alright. Chuckles, you were not following me? Wow, what a douche. Thanks for following, dude. I appreciate it. Bolt my ballista. That's shitty. Alright. Another Abrade down the drain. I want a third land, deck, please. Please give me a third land. Yeah, that's all I'm asking for here. That's literally all I'm asking for. Yeah. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, okay. Let's hold here. Let's hold here. They get my ghost squatter. I guess. That's unfortunate. If they had killed my Sakura Tribe Scout, that would have been hilarious, because that would have given me the 4th mana, so I would have been able to pact for the Baloth. There you go. Look at that. Now they know about it, so it's, of course, my opponent will just probably go ahead and ult here. Still. Damping Sphere. Damn it. Yeah, Chuckles. You get that. You get that, dude. You can definitely spam prime times in other streams. There's never-ending value, especially when we're playing against Jim Davis and he's getting wrecked. Wow, this is just okay. We're done here. Top 18 cards, actually top 21, because we cantripped and we saw no lands. This is some messed up variance here. This is some messed up variance right there. That's rough. Okay, my opponent has multiple Damping Spheres. I still don't think I want the second Sage. I think one Sage is gonna be enough. ¿Qué pasó, Elfkid? I mean, we got wrecked by Blue Moon, so just the usual. Just what you would expect. Just what you would expect. I ignored you? Wow, yeah, I totally ignored you. It was in caps and everything. It was in caps and everything, and I totally didn't see it. We're doing fine. You see, these are the ones that I would love to see the other game. We have to mulligan this though, unfortunately. Man, these hands. I'm gonna keep this, and I need a green source. I need a green source so I can turn these steerings into more lands. Haha. Alright. Let's away, opponent. Man, I hate losing to Jund when I just lose because of this. You know, it's just like I'm playing 27 lands in my deck, and I just don't find them. Which steerings? Yep. So I will just go ahead and I will just die, just never finding a land, which is very very sad. But looks like it's what's about to happen. Bob is also insanely good against us, in case you guys didn't know. Yeah, but I'm playing 28 and 3 cantrips, and I didn't see the cantrips either, right? So it's not like it would have changed anything, basically. I guess I guess that's a land. It might come to the point where I need to go squatter myself. At this point, I think we're still like somewhat fine. I mean, we're not really. We're about to get run over by these two guys, especially if my opponent has any kind of like Blood Braid, Liliana, any of that stuff. Yeah, I mean it's variance. It's not the most likely thing for us to like be in a situation like this, but it happens. It definitely happens. Guess I'll pitch the Asusa. Every single one of my cards grows the Goyf, so nothing I can really do about that. Also, I know that my opponent has an Assassin's Trophy in hand. That's shitty. Basic Mountain. That's weird to see. It's pretty weird to see. Fortunately, you know the best land in the deck. Best land in the deck. I keep saying it over and over again. People don't believe me. What are you gonna trophy, opponent? Please trophy my Asusa. Kill this one. This one right here. Aren't you afraid? Aren't you afraid of this one? Right? I mean, look at her. She's so threatening. Um, I'm honestly not sure. Oh, sorry. Okay. Gemstones seem to be in short supply. That's weird. Interesting. They try to say that suddenly everyone wanted them for some obscure reason. Weird. Maybe Amulet's taking off, guys. Maybe now is the time to be amuleting people. On another topic, I have no idea what happened to my opponent. They floated 2 mana. It showed up here. Now we disappeared. And they are doing nothing. So, yeah. That's what's going on. I mean, did they spike or something? Did the gemstone spike or something? I don't know. Oh, wow. I guess that took them that took them a minute to figure out, huh? So they have trophy in hand. I think this means that I'm dead. I think this means that I'm dead. My opponent will swing for 6 here. I will go down to 3. And even if they do not have the bolt, they can end of turn trophy my even if I draw like an untapped green source, which would probably be my best draw. No, actually my only out is to draw exactly engineered explosives. Oh, yeah, no, actually it has to be exactly engineered explosives, and I can kill both of their guys, and I can leave up Ghost Quarter for the ravine. Explosives? Nope. Yeah, this is death. I don't have enough mana to transmute an explosives on 2. So, yeah. It was the 11th card. It was the 11th card. Yeah, that's what I was saying. So they can trophy whatever and then minus on Liliana, and then we're dead anyway. But yeah, so our only out was to draw exactly engineered explosives, and then we could like explosives on 2 and leave Ghost Quarter up. But, yep, not meant to be. Not meant to be. Give my opponent the GG's and concede the game. I kind of hate losing to Jund. I kind of hate losing to Jund, but it happens sometimes. Transmute for summoner, see if they Lily +1. I'm gonna give my opponent who's been playing perfectly so far. I'm gonna give them some credit that they're not going to like randomly decide to lose the match for no apparent reason. But yeah, so we beat Tron, we beat Storm, which is a pretty bad matchup. Then we lost to Blue Red Breach, which is one of our absolute worst matchups. And then we lose to Jund, which is an overall a good matchup. So yeah, that's kind of like that's the story so far. This one's great. This is a turn 3 prime time. This is a turn 3 prime time on the play against my opponent who's mulliganing. So we play Kalni. Look at this, green sources. Aren't those great? Oh, okay, that's a little bit annoying. Maybe they'll GQ me here. No GQ. Okay. Play Kalni. So I could go for the kill here, but I don't think that's... I mean, if they tap out, I'm gonna go for it, but... Okay, now I'm actually kind of interested in doing this, though. Can they punish me in any way? If they draw exactly Tech Edge, they can kill me. Alright, let's say that my opponent is on the company list, and they draw exactly Tech Edge, which would be the absolute best card they could draw. So I play Azusa this turn, okay? So that's 3 mana. I play Turf once. My opponent doesn't do anything. I play on Turf twice. My opponent doesn't do anything again. But I just don't want to let my opponent company next turn. So I kind of want to force the Ghost Quarter this turn. No, I can't really steer for a second. I think I need to go for the Azusa line. Azusa here. So I think I should have enough mana to pay for my pact on my next turn. Also, my opponent is just F6'd. Alright. Guess they just gave up. Dude, you... you literally have a way to not die in play. Some people are just like... I don't know, they just make weird decisions sometimes. Like, you literally have an answer to what's about to happen on board, staring at me. I thought you tapped the other way because you didn't want to die, but... Yeah, Remaisan, that's exactly what I was talking about. I was trying to figure out if there's any way that I die if they do that, but the Ghost Quarter would actually give me the land that I'm missing. So the only way that I die is if my opponent finds... they Ghost Quarter me after I play the bounce land for the third time, which would be the correct point to do it, and then I only can make it up to 5 mana, and then if they draw, they need to have exactly Tectonic Edge in hand, which is not that commonly played nowadays, so that's why I decided to take the risk, and I guess it paid off. If we're playing against Value Town, then I very much want Hornet Queen, but if we're not, then I do not want her. I am going to hedge against the... I'm going to hedge against the Druid list because I think it's the most popular. So it's more likely that they are playing the Druid list. And if they're playing the Druid list, I guess it's somewhat likely that they have Damping Sphere, right? Because it's somewhat likely that they have Damping Sphere, I'm gonna leave the Rex Sage in. This is a risky one, actually. This is quite the risky one. Guess I'll mulligan. This one is much better. Bottom that one. So I have no interaction here, but I actually have a pretty solid start. I'm going to steer first, looking for a bounce land, and if I find the bounce land, then I get to impulse on my second main. What? Bounce land. Any bounce land. Nailed it. This is something that is... it can be mildly relevant. If I expect to make use of both of my land drops, it's usually correct to activate the scout first, because I did not have another land in hand, and if I play this as my land for turn with the trigger on the stack, my opponent can somehow kill the scout, and if they do, I can get value of it. That's pretty shitty. I guess I'm gonna get the gemstone? Yeah, I guess I'm getting the gemstone. If I draw a Tolaria, I am going to be able to transmute it for something better. Probably for a bounce land, actually. We still have Fire Spout next turn as interaction. They just concede. Okay. Sure. Okay, here. Alright. The only bad part about that is that I cannot really... I don't even know what we were playing against. So I don't even know. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna say that it was Druid. although I'm not sure at all. Literally, the only cards I saw were, oh, they have Gabony Township, so I guess it's probably Value Town. If you get stuck with Slayers in hand, do you just wait a turn before casting Primetime if you want to haste it versus also speed removal? That's actually a very good question, and it's very matchup dependent. If I actually am trying to get my opponent tapped out on my following turn for some like Maelstrom Balls, let's say, or Damnation or whatever, if that's what I'm looking for, I'm actually gonna play out the Titan, and I'm going to make sure that this Titan goes ahead and gets another Titan with Toleria plus Simic Growth. An awful lot of the time, just playing out your prime time is probably gonna be the correct the correct option. Yeah, when you draw your utility lands is very shitty. These sometimes these are good lands to draw, but these two in particular are usually one of your very worst draws. And that's probably like the main reason why Vesuva is in the deck is just because you want to be able to combo off even when you have one of these two in hand. And also Vesuva is really good in this deck, so that there's also that. But all the other ones are usually alright if you draw them, especially Cavernous Souls. A lot of the time you just want to draw Cavernous Souls. I will be right back, and we might actually have time to make another one. Hold on a second. Okay, um, let's try this again, shall we? Sweet. While we wait, I wanted to thank everybody for hanging out today. My name is Francisco. I stream mostly Modern and Legacy on this channel, and mostly Primeval Titan decks to the best of my abilities. I if you sorry, I also have I'm blanking on stuff right now. I can't multitask. Okay, Pleasant Kenobi, you're gonna need to wait. Feel free to hit that follow button. You can get notified whenever I go live, and it also helps people find my content. You can also consider subscribing to the channel. You can get this beautiful primetime emote you see right there, and you can use it not only on this channel but on any other channel as well. All of my streams are uploaded to YouTube. That's my channel right there, and you can find all of them. You can see that they are gonna be timestamped, so you can go straight to the match that you want to see if you go to the description of each video, and it will have a timestamp to the side, and you can just click there and you can go straight to whichever match you want to see. Also, if you have social media, you can follow me on Twitter. I always post which deck I'm going to be playing and what time I'm going to be going live. And finally, if you want to actually join the Amulet Discord, you can do it with that link over there. It's a very active community with a lot of nice people, and we always talk all things Amulet. So feel free to join right there. Also another way to support the stream is with donations. You can do so right over there, and if you make any donation of $12 or more, which would be basically to pay the league entrance, I will actually stream whichever deck you want to see. This is interesting. Blue-white. Here we actually have a chance to get under whatever it is that they're doing. So even though I could have found another card over there. All right. If they have exactly Mana Leak, this is a bad idea. But if they don't, sick. Now we have Primetime Mana next turn. Unless they have any kind of interaction for my Scout or for my Amulet. So I guess the Tension Sphere would be the only out. Nothing. Just nothing. This is what I was saying earlier about first using the Sakura Tribe Scout activation. And because I'm not going to be able to protect the cavern, because I don't need to transmute, I'm going to bounce the cavern after I play the second Semi-Growth. 1, 2, cavern. Alright. Bounce cavern. It is prime time, boys. It is prime time indeed. Nice. I love that we're going to be able to test the Emrakul tech. Actually, I think I just do this, right? Just transmute for Blue Pact. To have even more insurance about anything that my opponent might be able to do here. They have a path, they just pass the prime time, doesn't matter. And next turn we can go off again, and we can actually haste. Should be in a pretty good spot here. And as usual, as long as my opponent does not have a Planeswalker going on, it should be okay. Why would you do this in the main phase? I don't get it. Sure. I'll get more value. I'm down for that. I'm okay with this. Thanks, opponent. Oh, is my opponent also a streamer? So I have exactly Titan mana. My opponent can at most... My opponent can at most logic not for 2, so I think I'm going to do this. I know it looks a little bit silly here. If they mana leak, I can pay. Yeah, it just resolves. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. The good thing is here we get to get Tolaria plus Boros Garrison. This way we can set up our future Titan while also hasting this one. Snapcaster? Sure. Yeah, we can actually pact here. What now? I have another land drop. Do I swing for 16? I mean, there's not really any need for me to swing for 16. I can just swing for 8 here. And set up another prime time. So my opponent goes down to 12. These Tolaria is going to be getting another... Oh, so they're setting up Terminus? Is that what's going on? I only have a single amulet. I can't do those both. I only have one extra land drop from the scout. What? I think I just lost the game, guys. I think I just lost the game right there. That was really dumb. I misclicked. I wanted to get a pact, obviously. As Foretold. Yep, I just I just lost the game because I'm stupid. Ugh. Man, that sucked. I guess I might somehow still win this. I think I want to kill this right now when my opponent stepped out. I don't want them to get ahead on mana. Azusa is gonna be plus mana, so this is fine. Yeah, I meant to get the green pact, obviously. What I'm thinking though is that this Tolaria is actually going to get a ballista now. And I'm going to just play Rex Sage here. Blow up the As Foretold. Haste it. And then I'm going to make an Uncounterable Ballista on my next turn. And make it for 8. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I have more than enough mana. Unless they deal with Azusa, Amulet, or Sakura, I should be able to make an Uncounterable Ballista on my next turn. Yeah, I definitely meant to get a green pact instead of this. This was obviously a mistake. But I still think we're gonna be fine. It's good to know that my opponent is playing as Foretold, so I can expect maybe balance, restore balance. Yeah, yeah, I'm for sure expecting some kind of like restore balance or some stuff like that. Is this a verdict? Jace. Okay, unless my opponent is playing healing solve, this should be good enough to win the game here. Since they, for whatever reason, I don't know why they play their land. They play their land before playing the Jace. Maybe now they find like Terminus into land into Terminus into opt into untap land, and then they for sure would have wanted to do that first. Spell pierces, yes. Rex Sage, yes. But yeah, okay, we didn't get punished, which is great. Radiant Fountain is the one that I take out in this matchup. I can take out one Explore, probably two. The reason I take out Explorers is because the spell is usually not a good card against us, but it's usually a good card against us because for 1 mana they can stop our Titan chains. So by not relying so much on the Titan chains and making my deck more threat heavy, I'm able to make it better. Baloth is not worth a card. Hornet Queen maybe is worth a card. Let's try this. Let's try this. But yeah, this is something that happens, when I'm streaming. It's just I am, talking to chat and like trying to play at the same time, and then somebody says Sun Home. Somebody says Sun Home in the chat, and I'm like, all right, I should, it says Sun Home right there. Might as well click right there. And then I'm like, whoops, yeah, I did not mean to do that. But it's fine. I mean, it's part of the fun of streaming, I guess. I'd rather have the chat talking and asking interesting questions and me answering those questions than just play Magic by myself. It's just so much more boring. Even though it might be a superior EV though, in terms of me actually winning games. It's kind of cool that we are ahead on the clock too. This is something that it doesn't look like it's relevant right now, but if we manage to go to like a game 3 because my opponent wins game 2, then being able to, and this is a keep by the way, being able to be ahead on time, it's going to let us use our time better basically, because we are going to make sure that we're making the correct decision basically. Try to find Amulet here. No such luck, but at least we get a blue source, which should be pretty good. The only bad thing about this is that we might need to discard. And discarding is of course very, very bad. But yeah, I'm gonna have to do that. Hopefully they counter this. Please counter my impulse. Nope. Yeah, I cannot. Yeah, I cannot afford to not do this. And I'm gonna discard the basic forest. Which of course is an awful, awful draw for us. Hopefully they tap out for as Foretold on turn 3 and I get to Sage them. That would be so hot. Oh, this is also fine for us. Because now my gemstone has all the counters. That's a really good draw. They know about this one, so I'm gonna play that one out. So next turn I can play a Susa uncounterable, and then play Bounce Land and bounce the Cavern. Should be pretty sweet. If they tap out for Jace here, that might be an issue though. Because I'm not going to be able to immediately punish them. And usually that's the way that we lose. My opponent taps out for whatever planeswalker, and then we're not able to like immediately punish them, and then the game spirals out of control from there. Oh, they're tanking over there. Yep. 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 If we draw an Amulet though, things might be better for us. No Amulet. So we resolve a Susa, Turf, bounce Gemstone, Turf, bounce Ghost Quarter. Pass the turn. The Fairy here would be very, very bad. The Fairy would be very, very bad. Okay. This is actually good for us. Them doing this on their main phase it's great for us. Now what? They just wanted to shuffle one card away. That makes sense. So at this point, I am kind of like expecting my opponent's top card to be a Terminus. So I'm not even sure I want to prime time here. I'm kind of wishing that my opponent starts to like plus Jace. Shodna, thank you very, very much for your subscription. That's sick. Let's update those subs right now. Thank you for your continued support. It means a lot. Adventurous Impulse. Again, I'm expecting my opponent to have some Terminus or something like that. So, all right, now you know about it, opponent. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. So I'm missing 2 lands. Maybe it is turns. I'm honestly not sure. So next turn we are gonna resolve this Titan. Maybe they're just not running Terminus for whatever reason. Because I definitely expected to see a Terminus there. But well, if they are not running it. Okay. I could haste the prime time, but I don't think I need to be that greedy. It's even better because now my opponent knows that it's coming. Now my opponent knows that I have an Emrakul from his stand in hand, so they're like, Uh-oh. They just keep brainstorming. If they are playing disallow, I'm gonna be like, you've earned it. You have earned it. Okay, so this is not optional. This is actually not optional. Yeah, maybe they're looking for click or they're looking for like disallow or whatever. But it's pretty funny because it's like if they click me, like what do they take? What do they take? They cannot take the cavern, and solid draw there. Alright, let's say my opponent has cryptic. Okay. Let's say that my opponent has a cryptic. Are they gonna let their Jace die? Or are they gonna like kill my Yasusa or something? Attack with all creatures like Jace. I guess they can also like throw a Snapcaster under the bus. Settle the wreckage. Yep, okay, you got me. Did not think about settle. The good thing is that I get to... Oh, shoot. Oh, I have the Ghost Quarter for the Escanta, so this is fine. Bojukubog and Tolaria, right? Yeah, that's what I was thinking, but I was not expecting settle the wreckage. Honestly, I was expecting cryptic tap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so we untap and we Emrakul. Uncounterable Emrakul, by the way. So yeah, Remaisan, maybe I should have considered Settle the Wreckage as a card that gets me, but if I was actually expecting my opponent to like cryptic tap. So yeah, I mean there's no other explanation. Like I just probably should have thought about the settle and I didn't. Damping Sphere. That one's a little bit annoying. That one is a little bit annoying. All right. But the reason is I did not want to play the cavern yet because I still don't know what my opponent has, and I don't know what this cavern is gonna be on. It could be on any of these things. See, there they go with the Terminus. Okay. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I can do 1, 2, 3, Sage the Damping Sphere. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and play the Hornet Queen. One more Damping Sphere. Green, green, green. Now they need another sweeper. On my hand is Emmy and Cavern for next turn. That's a little bit shitty, actually. Crucible? What? That's an awful draw, by the way. I'm not going to play around second Settle the Wreckage. I just messed up. That is just messed up. Sure. So I can play Azusa here and do some stuff. But my opponent now has the Crucible lock. They're gonna be able to Crucible me twice. So I can transmute for a second Rex Sage. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3 for the second Rex Sage. 1, 2 for the 3 for the Azusa. So I actually need to play out the Cavern. Crap. But it's the only way that I get to do everything I want to do. Name Eldrazi. Blue, blue, and 1. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Azusa. Float, float, float. Play this. Play to bounce to Laria. Transmute. I have the other Rex Sage, right? Wait a second. Did I use both Sages? Oh, crap. The first Sage is gone. Well, that was a mistake. Okay. Alright, that was my bad. I should have checked that my first Rex Sage was already gone and this was the second one. I didn't check and was punished for it. I didn't go squatter him because he didn't have anything that I did want to go squatter, and also go squatter was my 11th land for the Emrakul. Although maybe that means that I get to trigger and get 2 of prime time. So maybe that's actually better. Yeah, now the Crucible lock is probably gonna be too much for me to overcome. I mean, the thing is that they're gonna need to Crucible lock me and deal with my board though. And I don't think I'm playing around the second settle. I doubt that my opponent has access to a second settle. Yeah, so there's the issue with this version of Blue-White, I guess, is that they have a lot of cards that it's just I can either play around this or this, and by playing around one of the cards, I am basically getting got by the other card. And my opponent just basically had this going on throughout the whole game, and they just, got me, I guess. Because it's just like, okay, what do? Do I play around, like, my opponent didn't have a path, so do I play around a path, or do I play around the Settle the Wreckage, which I was not considering. But do I play around, like, Cryptic and Path, or do I play around Cycle the Wreckage? I guess I didn't think of settle, so I said, okay, I'm gonna play around path and cryptic, so I'm gonna swing with both. My opponent had the settle. Now it was like my opponent actually let me go to my main phase. So I asked myself, okay, should I play around another terminus, or should I just go ahead and try to try to do something else? And then my opponent did not have the second terminus. They just have the Crucible plus Field of Ruin plus Cryptic bounce my Portos Garrison. So that has been kind of like the story of this game. My opponent has been playing very well, and they have been basically getting me every step of the way, which is annoying, but it is what it is. When I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to make my opponent destroy my field. They didn't, so this is also fine. So now I can play this for Giant, and I can actually play it prime time. 1, and I guess 2. I don't want to for my gemstone to die. And here I can get Vesuva. Vesuva copying my... I can actually get double growth chamber here. If I get double growth chamber, now I get to bounce both of my lands. I get to replay this one, making so my opponent's snapcasters are not good anymore. That's also 2 cryptics gone for them, and they are behind like 5 minutes plus, and they are down a game. So I think we are still in a very good position. Still in a reasonably good position. Now my opponent will probably like Field of Ruin me end of turn, killing one of my semi-growths. And then they will field me again on their turn, killing another one of my semi-growths, and I still have access to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana, 8 counting the cavern. It's kind of funny that literally everything that's in my yard, it's either a sorcery or a land, even though I have 9 cards there. It's a path. Okay. I can at any point just pact for, a Titan or whatever, just to make my Emrakul cheaper. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. I have no pacts to pay for. Wrath. As foretold. Oh, they remembered. Damn it! I was gonna have enough mana to Emrakul them exactly, and they realized that they actually could replay the Field of Ruin for a turn. Damn it! Oh, I was so close. I was so freaking close. All right. They did that main phase though, so this is actually pretty good now. So I Summoner's Pact. Get prime time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, I'm gonna do what I did last turn, and I can actually exile the Field of Ruin here. So I can do double bounce land, and I can return Bog and Gemstone. Replay Bog. I've just gotten so much value off of this Bajuka Bog. This is hilarious. Now I will need to pay for my pack to my turn. Oh! So I'm dead to Damping Sphere into Cryptic. They only use a single Damping Sphere, so it's not that unlikely that they have Damping into Cryptic. And I'm dead to that. You can't Field of Ruin your own lands, so that part sucks. 1, 2, 3, 4 to pay for Pact. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So now I actually have 4 card types in the yard for the Emmy. So it only costs 9. Sweet. No more LD. This is Hardcast Terminus? Yep, okay. Damping Sphere. At least we don't die. Ugh, so close. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, now we're holding up spell pierce for whatever. it's not really gonna be relevant this game, but we have access to spell pierce, so that's cool. My opponent can start serving with the Colonnade right now, which might actually be the correct play. Ooh, they're going for the Jace Plus. He left the card on top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright, don't destroy or bounce any of my lands, because I can Emrakul you next turn. That's a Colonnade attack. Okay. Okay. It's happening. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Eldrazi. Whoops. White. Got him. Alright, let's see how good this is, okay? I also love that it randomly has protection from instants. That's pretty hilarious. Mission Briefing. Mission Briefing can't do anything to my Emrakul, boy. Oh, okay, I see the combo now. They want to like brief an ancestral with as Foretold. That's kind of like the deal. That's what they're trying to do. Snappy. Snappy the briefing. Sure. You're going deep. Yeah, they can't. Damping Sphere. Alright, let's see what they got. Dispel in hand, that's hilarious. Search for Ascanta. Felsty35, thank you very much for your follow. Okay. To the graveyard? No. Okay. Okay. Okay, I unfortunately can't really do much here. This is awkward. I mean, I can attack the Colonnade into the Emrakul, but it comes back with the Crucible. So I guess it's better for me to attack with the Snapcaster. So they can't bounce it and replay stuff. I mean, my opponent has like 3.5 minutes anyway, so it's not like they're doing anything. I guess I just get to see their deck. Whoops. So they do have multiple Ancestrals. Blessed Alliance. Well, that's an interesting one to know about. Let's take a picture of this real quick. So Path doesn't do anything, so I basically just need to play around Blessed Alliance for the rest of the game. That's literally the only card I need to play around. I guess Oust can contact the Emmy. The last card has the spell. Wait a second. That's what I just realized. I should have bounced my own Emmy. I mean, I guess that can actually backfire. Wait a second. Do they have any more fields? Because that's the way that a bouncy enemy backfires really bad. No, they don't have any more Field of Ruins. Yep. So I should have. They also don't have any cryptics. So I should have definitely bounced my own Emrakul. They just do not have any counter magic. There's literally no more counter magic in their deck. Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. I guess they can terminus. No need to attack this turn. Oh, they just concede. Okay, sure. Sweet. Well, that was hilarious. All right. Wow, we beat the Crucible lock. Oh, how's it going, Felix? From the yeah, how do you, man? Didn't you just weren't you like on camera for like during one of the recent GPs? I can't remember which one it was. Versus blue white as foretold. This hand needs some help, but I guess I'm gonna keep it. Yeah, GB Prague. There you go. Sweet. Yeah, man. Awesome to have you here. Huh. I think I'm gonna lead on Amulet here. The reason I'm doing this is because if I draw an Azusa, I can actually play it next turn. Otherwise, if I draw Steerings and I top deck Azusa, then I just don't do anything. Rex Sage. Rex Sage is usually D's plus against Adnos. This is not a bad draw actually, because I will probably be able to get to a point where I can actually pay for my pact. Yeah, dude, it happens. Especially Amulet is such a punishing deck when you don't sleep enough. Wow. Wow, this is... It's pretty freaking good for us. Pretty freaking good right there. Yeah, but just blow that shit up right there. Yeah, that one right there. Just blow that one up. Just blow that one up. Come on, opponent. Just let it resolve. There we go. And people want to take out the main deck Rex Sage. Come on, guys. Come on, everybody. What do you mean you want to take out the main deck Rex Sage? We played against blue-white as Foretold control. My opponent bottomed 2 cards. Yeah, this is game, boys. Oh, it actually is not. I cannot haste the prime time. I cannot haste the prime time, but I can serve with it. No, I cannot. I cannot. So that's shitty. What I can do though is I can blow up my opponent's Lotus Bloom on their upkeep with Blue Pact backup. So I think I like her position. Okay. Sure. What do I think about Dragon Mages? They're actually pretty sweet. I tried them out twice, and both times they were much better than I was expecting. Both times they were actually much better than I was expecting. I think I made a no, 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 no. I think I made a mistake there, and I should have played my first turn, then played the Azusa. It would allow me to end up with more lands in play. Here I'm going to blow up my opponent's Lotus Bloom. Even with the pack trigger on the stack, this is fine, because I get to Titan then next turn. So I'm gonna blow it up right now. So they need to have exact... Oh, they actually cannot go off here. Oh, alright, sure. I won't blow it up then. Yeah, I think we're looking real good here. Yeah, the one of Rexage is just neat. It's just a really nice card to have access to game one. Now this is game actually, right? 16 times 2, yeah. So I use the blue mana to play second Amulet. I play Voros. Bounce this one, sure. We're gonna have white mana floating. I think that the Motoba can get us. Well, my opponent just concedes. That's fine. Yeah, I think they. Yeah, but I can get like Gemstone plus Stronghold, and I float red and I leave the Gemstone on tap, and I activate the Stronghold and I leave the Stronghold on tap, and then on the attack trigger I get Sunhome plus Gruul Turf, and I can double strike the Titan. All of that with backed backup. I'm not gonna go this deep, but I'm hella tempted though. Actually, Rurik, I'm not convinced I love Rurik in this matchup. Basically, what Rurik does is it makes it so my opponent they can't go off if they are at 6 or less life, but Unlife messes with that. Yeah, it's just probably not good enough. I do like a Braids though. Rurik rules. Yeah, he rules, but he's not for this matchup. There's actually a lot of matchups that Rurik is not for that people love bringing him in, and I just disagree wholeheartedly. Butchugibog is the worst land. And actually, no, explosives on 3 can blow up. No, this is too slow though. We can probably... Yeah, let's do this. I like this. Yeah, I know. Pentat Prism and Lotus Bloom are both fine, but I don't want my opponent to just like go off naturally, and I just have stupid Pentat Prisms locked in my hand. All right, so best draw here is Amulet. My opponent mulled to 5. Mulled to 5, kept on top. Right. This is my 3rd league with Impulse. No, my 4th league. I 4-1, 3-2, 3-2. and this is my fourth league with it. I honestly kind of like them. I think they are pretty sweet and they enable you to make some plays that you would otherwise be not able to do. I'm so good at this game. Just like so good. Is it better for me to play Amulet here? I don't think it is. Next turn I'm going to play Amulet, play this one time, place this two times, bounce this, play Cavern, and then still have enough mana to... Oh, but I would not be able to haste if I do that. So I guess I do want to play the Amulet now. If they kill the Amulet, it's worse for me, but if they don't, it's just so much better on so many levels. Now I guess they're trying to dig for an answer for this. If they are playing explosives though, this is a nice board to explosives on one. I have not seen ever at Nauseam playing engineered explosives though, so... My opponent has two cards in hand. Assuming those cards are exactly Ad Nauseam and an Angel's Grace. Is there any way I can stop them? So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. Primetime can guess double land and do this. Yeah, I think I'm gonna lead on. I'm trying to make sure that I have enough mana to do all the stuff that I want to do, which is a lot. I want to make sure that I have an uncountable Rex Sage and uncountable Primetime. So I do 1, 2, 3 for the Rex Sage. Have 2 land drops remaining. Then I play the Sage, and then I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I can either make uncounterable Rex Sage or I can make uncounterable Titan. Oh no, I simply cannot make uncounterable Titan. That's the name of the game here. Amulet Shaman. Alright, so I'm gonna lead on uncounterable Sage. And then there's nothing I can really do. If my opponent counters my Primetime, they counter my Primetime, whatever. The thing is that if they counter my Primetime, that means that they are not going off. So that's the good part. No mana being floated. Floated. Yeah. I can get Blue Pact, but I cannot do that first main. I guess I should have like transmuted for Blue Pact and then play Sage on my second main. Yeah, that was probably the way to go. Alright, never mind, we're just fine. Bordos Garrison, Vesuva. Vesuva copy this. Untap. Man, our deck is just too great. Deck is just too great. Deck is simply too powerful. I guess my opponent can still have the perfects here though. They can still have the perfects. They can have like their hand can be exactly Adnos and Angel's Grace, and then draw exactly the Blue Pact. I guess they knew their top card or whatever. Sure. Sweet. Get wrecked, Adnos. Another 2-0 start. Let's see if we can keep it up, unlike unlike the previous one. Good old 2-0 into 2-2 into 3-2. Scraping and just get in there. Sheldna, good night. Are you gonna sleep? If you are, have a good one. Thank you very much for hanging out today. Eesh, this hand is so close. This hand is so beautiful. Sure. That's a good one, actually. Is this hardened scales? Because if this is hardened scales, then uh-oh. If this is affinity, then we are a little bit better. Oh, this is Infect. Worst case scenario. Ugh, worst case scenario. Gross. Teehee. Also, Vesuvia can copy my opponent's Sigmoth. Alright. Oddly enough, we are not as bad as we could be right now. Good night, Shauna. Have a good one. We have the tricks. We have the tricks. Oh, we have the tricks. Groundswell. Sure. I think I probably let this go, actually. I just take 5. I don't want to give my opponent lands. Another one of this, and we should be able to prime time next turn, or Ghost Quarter if we need to do that instead. What? Mine is not foil? But my bonus is foil. Mine is not. That's so sad. So sad. Ooh, they drew the other forest. No blighted agent, please. Sick. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. What's this one? Primeval Titan. I guess this is a bog them so I don't die to become immense and Simic Growth turn. Or I can get Stronghold. Actually, I can get Sunhome here. Oh, but I can also get Sunhome on combat step next turn. I actually probably want to transmute next turn though, so let's do this. Now that I think about it, I should have probably killed this Ink Moth while I had the chance. I definitely want to kill it in response to the activation though. Because if they need to activate it again and waste another mana in order to give it to Vines it or Blossoming Defense it, which means that I'm not gonna die to it this turn. Foil Vesuva? Yeah, foils are just not great on Magic Online, and in paper they some of them look cool and some of them just don't. Just like the curling just tilts me so hard. I hate foils both in paper and in the Magic Online. I just don't play foils ever. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, I don't know. They're just like weird to me. Third forest. Third basic forest. Well, that I did not see coming. Sure. Glistener Elf is fine. Hmm. One, two, three, four, five, six. So I can play another Titan. I think I just don't want my opponent to be able to make their dudes unblockable. So I think I can transmute for Pact. Ooh, transmute for Ballista. Yep, yep, yep. I was thinking of explosives, and I'm like, huh, yeah, Ballista sounds way better. Good catch. My bad, you guys. I know all of you come here because of the spotless and never never have a mistake place, spot on place. Okay, so here we focus in not dying, I think. Here we focus in not dying. Yep, but yeah, you are very correct. Chuckles, you're very correct. All right. Is this a chump? Yep, that's Blessed. That's fine. That's another Blessed. That's also fine with me. Sure, I have a 1/1 prime time now. You got it. That's weird. Sure. If that's what you're into, opponent. If that's what you're into. It's kind of hilarious though. Like I've never seen a 1/1 Primeval Titan. This is really funny. Corruptor serves. I think they block there. I know, Chuckles. Like the meme value is just through the roof right there. Meme value is just through the roof. Sweet. We have that one too. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I can ballista on 4. Seems like something I'm into. For ballista. Swing. Yes. Semi-growth. And next turn we can play and haste another Titan. That's the 1/1 Titan is just so cute. It's hilarious. Okay, 3 cards in hand. So I'm gonna attempt to go for the kill here on this Corruptor. Try this again. Vines of Vastwood. Kill it again. Another vines. So that means that they have nothing. Sure. Maybe I could have made the ballista one more if I had attacked and bounced, played any, you know, bounce, whatever. We block here, this is fine. We still have explosives. And now second prime time should seal the deal. Actually, let's... I guess we can impulse first. Yep. You see? Why transmute for a prime time when it's just waiting for you at the top of your deck? Just like, why would you waste your mana like that? I can transmute for what? Another pact? Yeah, fuck it. Just go for it. Yeah. Bounce this. Play this for turn. Activate there. Serve. Yeah. I can Vesuva the Kalni. Yeah, this is just the opponent can't win from here. We beat Infect, game 1. That's definitely worthy of an applause right there. Get this Radiant Fountain out of my sight. Rex Age out. Rodic. Nah, Rick's too slow. Fire Spout, yes though. Pierce might also be okay. Let's go. So what does the jury say? Keep or mull? What does everybody in chat think about this one? Do we mulligan a double amulet on the draw against Infect? I have to say I'm very tempted to keep. But if we whiff in the first 2 turns, we lose, basically. I think this matchup is bad enough that we need to take risks like this. So I am going to keep it. But yeah. That's it. That's all I have to say about this. It's probably very likely that we should mull there. Bounce land. Nope. Just wait for it. Just wait for it. I didn't... Spell Sky. Sure. Never didn't have it. Never didn't have it. Now... What do we want? Give us a Gruul Turf deck, please. Just give us a Gruul Turf. No big deal. Just a Gruul Turf. Just a Gruul Turf. Yeah. Do we explosives on 1 here? I think we explosives on 1. I think we explosives on 1 here. Now that we draw the Azusa, if we draw a bounce land, we still have a very good chance of getting there. And if we slow my opponent down, we have an even higher chance of getting there. So now Scout is probably going to chomp the Glistener Elf, which is fine, since I'm going to blow everything up anyway, right? Scout down. No lands though. Second spell Scout. Sure. My opponent's smart, they're leaving up the fetch land in order to enable landfall for the stupid card, what's his name? Groundswell. I mean, if my opponent doesn't yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, if my opponent doesn't like dump a bunch of pump spells on this Glistener Elf, I just don't do anything here. I have no rush. I'm not forced to blow this up, right? Yeah, I'm taking 2. Got it. Bounce land, Scout. Full Crossa, sure. At this point, at beginning of combat, I'm gonna blow everything up because of the Noble Hierarch triggers. I don't want to die to a single Become Immense. I know it feels very shitty, but oh, they just had it all? Yeah, I just had 16. Alright. We kept a high risk, high reward hand, and we were risked instead of rewarded. One turn. One more turn. Okay. Things do I want to change? On the draw, I think I like Spell Pierce even less. Let's go with this. I mean, if we kept the last one, we're gonna keep this one too, right? I mean, we cannot be results oriented. We kept the hand because it was a high risk, high reward hand. Except this one is even better than the previous one at that. So yeah, I mean, if we kept the one last time, we gotta keep this one too. Actually, I should not have played the Tolaria West there. The reason for that is because if I happen to draw another Tolaria West, I can use the 2 triggers from this Tolaria West to transmute and get a bounce land, which would win the game immediately. I mean, a Braid, Remaisan, a Braid wouldn't have... Yeah, we're just gonna die again. A Braid wouldn't have done anything because I could target one spell guide and then they redirect to the other one. So a Braid doesn't win the game there. It's very hilarious that a bounce land wins the game on the spot. So it's up to whether we manage to find any green bounce land wins the game on the spot. Let me rephrase that. We have 8 outs. 8 cards out of our 51 win us the game of the spot. 4 Growth Chamber, 3 Gruul Turf, 1 Celestial Sanctuary win us the game of the spot. Any green source, let us keep playing. No, it probably doesn't though. It probably doesn't let us keep playing though. We're taking 7 here. Bounce land, please. 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 Alright, we died. And we are literally dead on board because of the 2 exalted triggers. So, yep. It happens. It happens. We kept 2 risky hands and were punished both times. We kept 2 risky hands and were punished both times, which feels very bad, but it is what it is. Man, what's going on with these hands? Holy crap. I guess this one is a keep though. Oh. Yeah, it's Adnos again. Cool. I think Adnos is a reasonable matchup for us, but this hand looks a little bit too slow. Maybe we get there though. Maybe we manage to get there. If we draw, this was an amazing draw. If we draw another bounce land, we actually might get there. As in, we get there. Not we might. We actually do get there. That's a blank though. That's a blank piece of virtual cardboard. Blank piece of virtual cardboard. Alright. So at this point, my ad nauseam opponent might be able to sculpt a hand that we cannot beat. I mean, I just stack with it. It's one. Yeah. Yeah. I'm Rexaging here, by the way. I'm Rexaging here, so my opponent doesn't win next turn. So Sage basically makes it so we have a little bit of a clock and we time walk ourselves a little bit. Okay, so they probably just have it in hand, and that's why they just backed it there. So I'm going to assume that they just have the kill in hand. Just have the turn 4, turn 5, no, turn 4. They're going to, yeah, Unjust Grace in response to the pact, and they note that we cannot pact them here, and they do have the Adnos apparently. Yep. Okay. We were simply too slow. Let's check out my opponent's deck real quick. Let's see their deck list. Maybe they're running something weird. Lightning Storm, bunch of lands. Lab Man in the main deck. Okay, let's try again. Pierces, Braids, Bog out, Rexage in, Ballista out, Explores out, and what was the other card? This and one of this. I probably want the Pacts over the Asusas though. Uh, hmm. Maybe I want the Pacts. Maybe I want the Asusa over the Prime Time here, since one Prime Time is usually gonna be enough. Okay, let's go with this. I'm keeping the one Nah, it's probably Ebrate is just probably better. The thing with explosives is it's explosive on 3 can kill the fire action on life, but I don't know. These hands are killing me, guys. these these hands are too much to handle. Oh my god, where are my lands? I'm playing 26 of them. 20 friggin' 6 lands. I already have the Asusa in hand. I need the bounce land way more than the second amulet. They also bottomed. Okay. Green bounce land, please. Green bounce land, please. That's another bounce land. Okay, my opponent's cantripping a bunch. This could be worse. I would be much more afraid if my opponent played like a Pentat Prism or something on turn 2 instead of cantrip. Basic swamp? Oh my god. Just no bounce lands. Ever. No bounce lands. Please, please deck. Please deck deliver. Is this a Thoughtseize? No. This is a Prism. Yeah, okay, that one's fine. I can just abrade that one. Do that EOT. Red and 1. Still looking. There we go. Jackpot. Asusa. 1, 2. Bounce 3. Okay, so I don't have enough green mana, so I can't kill this turn. So it will have to be next turn. My opponent has only 2 lands. Cantrip is fine, and I have Spell Pierce as interaction. So I think we might be just fine. No land drop, no artifact mana. Okay. 1. The drawing that land, I guess, is not as bad because now we actually can hold up Spell Pierce protection, which is nice. Prime time. Wow, it's snap resolved. Okay, just concede. Damn. I love how specifically against that Nauseam we have like so many lands that we want to take out. We have like 3 lands that we would love to take out, which is hilarious. But just like playing less than 26 lands, even with the Adventurous Impulses, just seems like way too little. Okay. Let's draw a reasonable hand for our last game. Let's finish this on a high note. I mean, I'm keeping this, right? Beautiful poker hand over here. Beautiful poker hand. Put Impulse to 6. Put one card on top. Bounce land. Alright, there you have it, Lotus Bloom. Jackpot. Start on Impulse here. Ghost Squatter. Play land. Play Amulet. Pass the turn. Next turn we prime time. And we go nuts unless my opponent has some kind of interaction from my Scout and or my Amulet. We should be pretty good otherwise. Play Stronghold. Okay. So I guess I just play this twice. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because I probably hold this in hand though. Which is kind of shitty because I'm not developing my mana here. Pack this. Okay. So that means that they're going to have to use one of their Angel's Graces on their upkeep to not die to their own pact. What? Mystical teachings? Well, that is very good for me. Well, that is very, very good for me, actually. They just wasted like two Siemens, one Siemens Spirit Guide, I guess. They wasted one Siemens Spirit Guide, one Teachings. Oh, that's excellent for me. That just enables my Gemstone Mine, which is hilarious. All right. Two bounce, play this again. Now I can actually add just black mana and bounce the gemstone. 1, 2, 1, prime time. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, that's just some ad nauseam beats. Some ad nos beats. Okay, let's see if we can get that that elusive 4 and 1. I'm kinda sorry for my opponent, like they just get wrecked by Amulet twice in a row by the same player too. It's so shitty when that happens. It's so shitty that when my bluebird, yeah, that's what we're doing here. We are impulsive. We're impulsive. This is gonna be the last match of today. Happy I was able to like sneak in a full 2 leagues here. Thoughts on Impulse plus Trinket Mage? Honestly, I don't have any thoughts because I have not tried it at all. I tried them separately but never together. Oh, this hand is so slow. So slow. Yeah, this is just too slow. This hand could be anything. Yeah, probably keep an Amulet. Okay, now that I know that I have Amulet on top, I'm gonna actually lead on the Tolaria West because I can play the Amulet of this Tolaria West and then play the Colony Garden as my land for turn in order to be able to steerings. What did Pleasant Kenobi in match 1 play? They were playing. Yeah, Civic Growth is great here. They were playing a blue-white as Foretold control kind of deal. It was actually pretty sweet, but in order to play their as Foretold and stuff, they took out things that are more relevant, so they ended up getting punished quite heavily. Yeah, definitely jump here, save a couple points of life, and now, yeah, this is awesome. This is awesome. Do I want to? I think I bounced Calni here, right? And then I bounced the Tulare West with the other bounce lands. Man. Again, people who are saying no to main deck Rex Age. I mean, how sweet was that right there? No, playing Azusa would have cost me 2 life. That's not something I want to be doing, really. No Searing Blaze, 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 no Searing Blaze. Got wrecked. Prime time. No. Okay. What is the best way to proceed here? I'm going to be able to play all black cards in my hand. I just need to figure out what's the best possible way to go about it, so I get the most amount of Kalni tokens / the possibility to transmute this very turn. So I'm at 9. I think actually I should lead on Explore, because if I draw Radiant Fountain, I'm going to try to play that a bunch of times. Not so lucky though. Play Simic Growth. Bounce here. Azusa. Play Kalni. I guess I made a mistake. I should have played the Boros. I should have bounced the Simic Growth the turn earlier. Sakura Tribe. At this point, it's better for me to do this, but that was some missequencing happening there. I should have been able to transmute this turn. Not play the Scout, but yes, transmute. Yep, I miscounted. I miscounted my blue mana. That was the issue. I miscounted my blue mana. Okay. So I think I block. If my opponent has 2 burn spells in hand, I die. So I think I block here and here, enticing my opponent to use one of their burn spells on my Azusa. If one of those burn spells is another Serum Blaze, I of course get like obscenely punished. But if they don't, I should be able to have enough mana to transmute and play Prime Time for a turn. Boros Charm is fine. Means that I go to 5. Uh-oh. Did I miscount? Did I mess up? Is there last card involved? It is. Yeah, I miscounted. I guess I needed to triple jump. Alright, I played very poorly and got punished as a result. Which makes sense. Snipe Hawk 22. We're doing fine. We're doing fine. We're playing some Amulet. We're having some fun, and we're getting wrecked by burn because of stupid mistakes. Yeah, we should have probably been able to resolve the Prime Time on my next turn if I had played properly. I'm just like a little bit tired, and I'm just like being lazy. And being lazy is very punishing with this deck. What do I want? Last card. Probably Walking Ballista is a little bit too slow. No, Rurik is no good against burn. That's something that I see people say over and over and over again, and I just like it's awful. Rurik is so bad against burn. It basically does nothing if you. This is a fine keep though. It basically it gets to a point where Rurik just locks you out. Rurik is awful against burn. Why do I want Fire Sprouts against burn? Precisely for what happened last game. Usually when we die, it's because something like what just happened happens. Give me the prime time. Opponent, are you a 19? You're a 19 opponent? Wouldn't it be terrible if you were about to get swung by 20 trampling damage, huh? Man, it sucks when that happens. It sucks when that happens. Doesn't it? Oh my god. Oh, I love this deck so much. Alright, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Yeah, let's do this again. Clearly it was great, right? Clearly the cyborg plan is working beautifully. Oh my god. And that was an Emul to 6, right? That was an Emul to 6. And we turned to my opponent. Right, give me some lands. I don't agree. In my experience, we don't die to the spells as often as we die to their creatures, as you're seeing right now. It's easy to outrace their spells. It's not as easy to outrace their creatures. If they play an Eidolon here, we're in a lot of trouble. Second Goblin Goddess. It's pretty annoying too, to be honest. I think I'm forced into playing Scout plus Amulet here. Just to chump, literally. Just so I don't die. Because this is 11, then I'm going down to 9 and 7. If they don't destroy any of my amulets though, and they use their turn trying to like kill my dudes, then I have a chance. Let's see, I don't block. This is down to 7. And I die to Boros Charm plus something else. Lava Man is fine. So we have a dead draw here. We have lethal here, but we don't have lethal through... We do not have lethal through interaction. So I'm trying to see how we can make sure that we make the most out of our turn. I think I want to lead on Impulse. So I'm gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. And if I find a prime time off of this Impulse, I just straight out win. But if I don't, let's say I play Azusa. So I play my land, I have 6 mana, I play Azusa, 3 mana floating, replay my land, opponent kills my Azusa, I then can transmute, and I can play like Scout, Steerings, and Impulse. I guess since I'm not gonna be able to do it, if they have a way to kill my Azusa, I'm not gonna be able to get there. I might as well Impulse first to see if I hit a prime time. Because if I hit a prime time, that's just game. That's another good one to hit up there. That's a nice backup plan too. That's quite a nice backup plan right there. One, two, three. So I show them the Azusa. Now I play another Simic-Growth. They can kill the Azusa in response if they want to. They probably have a Syrian Blaze here. That enables me to Bailoff then. 1, 2, 6 mana total. So they blaze it. So I can Scout plus Bailoff. Which means I cannot transmute unless the Scout... If the Scout survives, I can transmute next turn. If they don't, I cannot. That's another land. That's good for us. Unless they have another Syrian Blaze, which is possible, actually. Goblin Guide. Alright. Since they attack with both, I think I'm going... That's an awful draw right there. That's a really, really bad draw. Now I can't combo them out. Now they choose which one they want to kill. If they go for killing the Bailoff, that means I get to combo them. Sick. Alright, so we get to combo them then. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm having 3 mana left. I guess I can lead on Steerings first, because if I find another explosives, another amulet, I just win. No, I don't win because the stupid stronghold is stranded. Stronghold is stranded in my hand. What's the best way for me to play around this? So I think I need to play it all though. I play Growth Chamber. That's gonna be 4 mana. I'm gonna use 3 of those to transmute. I'm gonna have 3 mana available, and then I'm gonna be able to Scout again for 4. To cast the Scout again. Yes. It doesn't because I have this in hand, right? I there's no way that I can not activate the Scout. If that makes sense. But I have exactly enough mana, so I should be fine anyway. Another Teleria is fine. Okay, so this is gonna be 9 mana total. It's kind of shitty that it's gonna be awkward if my opponent has... I cannot develop my mana this way. So if my opponent has any way to... If my opponent has Molten Rain or something like that, I just die to my pack trigger. But there's no real way for me to play around that though. There's no way for me to play around that. So here we go. Is there any way that I can Asusa and I can get ahead on mana? So I can fetch for Asusa, play it, and then I'm gonna have... Nah, still gonna be short on amount of lands, so this is just better, basically. So I guess if my opponent's card is exactly Skullcrack, this is all I got. So if my opponent has Skullcrack in hand and they Skullcrack this Radiant Fountain and they draw another 3 burn spell. Oh, you mean in order to make more land drops and actually attack? Yeah, I guess that was an out. I mean, my opponent is tilting on chat, so I would imagine that they do not have it. Molten Rake kills me though. That doesn't do anything. Sweet, so we're good. We are good. Also, they show me that they do not have Deflecting Palm, so that's great. Yeah, right? I just blow up their board and I'm at 8 stabilized and my opponent can't win anymore? Yeah, sounds good to me. I'm just going for that F6 value right there. It's irrelevant. I'm gonna use all the mana, right? So whether I get Garrison or not, it just doesn't matter. I'm gonna take 2. All of their dudes die. And I attack. And then I can get Vesuva plus Tolaria. I definitely want to be transmuting next turn. So I can get Pact of Negation and make sure that the Deflecting Palm is not an out for them. I guess my opponent tilted off in chat. I was like explaining my stuff and then he's like, I kept 2 spells, 2 land, didn't draw more spells, and then he like, dice nada el mongo, orco, but like whatever. I guess they tilted off a little bit. That's fine. They knew that I speak Spanish though, so I guess they know me. Yeah, that burn match is just like usually the last match of the day. That's when I'm like, kind of like a little bit laggy in my decisions. Like we should for sure. I'm pretty sure there was a way for me to win game 1. I'm 100% confident there was a way that I could have won game 1. I'm just like going through the motions and just like I'm just tired, and I'm not like stopping and thinking plays through. Like for example, Felix. He said that maybe we could have transmuted after Titan to like in order to make a couple of extra land drops and be able to haze the Titan, and I'm just like I'm done. I don't even want to try to figure that out. I'm still not sure that would have been correct because I think Asusa only gave us +3 land drops, which means that if my opponent has any way to kill the Asusa and I'm not able to get both the red-white land and the Boros Garrison in play, I die to any bolt of my Asusa. So I don't think I would have gone for it anyway. But it's still, I should have, stopped and thought about it. But I'm just like, whatever. Anyway, Impulse was pretty sweet actually. Not even gonna lie. I think this card might be decent in our deck. Like you saw how that game I was able to like impulse into a Bailoff, which gave me it gave me like the breathing room that I needed in order to go off on the following turn. Also, my opponent spent their Lavamancer to kill my Bailoff instead of my Scout, which allowed me to combo them on the next turn. So there's a lot of it kind of adds a little bit to the consistency of the deck. The matches that we lost were basically because we kept greedy hands, and then I don't want to say greedy hands. They were like, Felix, thanks for hanging out, man. I appreciate it. And I think that playing one less land might have messed with us a little bit in one of the matches or whatnot. But I think that we died to the expected matches and we won the expected matches except for Storm, which we beat, and then we lost to John. But then things kind of played out the way that I would have expected. We lost to Infect in a matchup that I'm still pretty confident that Shakespeare for the discussion. Okay, sweet. I'll do it later. I think Infect is a terrible matchup, so it's very much. I think it was still correct to keep those double amulet hand, because it's one of the few ways that we are actually able to raise them. So I still think I would have kept that hand anyway. Both of those hands actually. We kept the double amulet hand both times, and both times we were punished for it. But besides that, Impulse was pretty nice actually. In terms of the deck itself, we played against the weird version of blue white control, so we were like Emrakul was not the end all be all. We still won that match single handedly, but still maybe Emrakul is not as much of a trump as I thought she would be. What I thought was my opponent's gonna have like a Teferi and a Jace in play, and I would be able to like tug the Teferi, shuffle it away with one of my fetch lands, failed to find, then like I don't know, like Cryptic Command my own land or Cryptic Command the Jace, and then like replay it and like counter it or stuff like that. But what was nice though is that we were able to beat a Crucible. We managed to somehow beat a Crucible lock, which is not something that that I can say often. Usually Crucible locks are game over for us, but we were able to like figure out a way to actually beat it thanks to Majuka Bog and some very well timed Primeval Titans. But yeah, anyway, thanks everybody for watching. One last question actually. Oath of Nisa is better than Impulse. I disagree. In this deck, it gets nothing that Impulse doesn't get, because we're playing 0 Planeswalkers. And Oath of Nisa, if my opponent happens to like discard it, or if we happen to play 2, grows our opponent's goyfs. It does. I guess there's like a little bit of synergy with that and Emrakul, but that's the only thing. And I guess like Oath of Nisa is a permanent that we can sack to Emrakul, the other Emrakul, Annihilator. That we can sack to an Emrakul trigger. So that's like a very minor upside. But that's pretty much it. They literally find the exact same cards. But if you are running even a single Planeswalker, then it might be enough of an upside that you probably want to run Oath of Nisa instead of Adventurous Impulse. This is the card for anybody that doesn't know about it. It's literally the same effect, but it's a legendary enchantment, so if you draw 2, you actually need to put the second one in the yard. And that's what concerned me. And that's why I'm running Impulse instead of Oath of Nisa. But if you are running any Planeswalker at all, even if you're running like the other Nisa, like the one that I like, Nisa Vital Force, even if you're running this Planeswalker, just like making it puts a little bit less of a strain on your mana. Anyway, that's gonna be it for me. Thanks everybody for watching. I will be probably back tomorrow. If you haven't done it yet, you can hit that follow button, which is gonna be free, and you're gonna be notified anytime I go live, so you can check out the stream. You can also subscribe to the channel. where you're gonna be have access to this primetime emote that you see on chat right now. Also, there's the Amulet Discord that you can join with using that link. A bunch of people always talking about all things amulets. I recommend you check it out. Then we have all of my streams being uploaded. Whoops, to YouTube. There we go. All of my streams get uploaded to that channel right there, and they all get timestamped, so you can go to the description and you can jump straight to the whichever match you want to watch. And finally, we have Twitter, which is where I post whenever I go live. You can follow me at fpaulosmtg. And unless anybody has any more questions, which you can ask right now, or if you can also find me in the Discord as well, or you can just find me on Twitter too. And that's gonna be it for me. But yeah, hope to see some of all of you tomorrow, and yeah, have an amazing rest of your day.